How are you going, guys? Today I'm out fishing on the Clarrie Dam here in the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. The dam's just about a 15-minute drive west of the village of Yukai. As you can see, got the beautiful Mount Warning, or Wollongong as it's known in the local language. I'm out here in my pedal-driven kayak. This one's made by Dream Kayaks. I picked this one up on the Gold Coast by Dream Kayaks. It's pedal-driven, which is great. The pedal-driven kayaks are fantastic, especially out in these dams where you've got a bit deeper water. So I can paddle into things. I can be totally hands-free and still be able to move the kayak around, which is really handy. This dam's been stocked with Australian bass. I believe also with mangrove jack too, although I haven't caught one yet. But I'll be targeting Australian bass today. There's some quite big fish in here. The biggest fish I've pulled out of here is a 54 centimetre brute. I haven't quite reached the 60 centimetre holy grail bass yet, but possibly today. Yeah, the fish in here generally are good size, and they're usually quite healthy too, and they fight really well. If anyone's caught any of those bass over, the 50 centimetre mark, they really do pull. I can remember being out here maybe last season. I was just trolling along, and the rod just about got ripped out of my hand. But yeah, I'll go out there and give it a crack. It's not the best time of day at the moment. I usually like to get out here first thing in the morning when they open the dam up, but now it's about lunchtime. So usually bass will like sitting in the shadows and tree lines. They'll hang in the shadows waiting to ambush their prey. Usually when the sun's high like this, there's not many shadows. They can shut down a bit, but I'm hoping as the sun drops behind some of these mountains out here, those shadows come back. Hopefully the fish may get a bit more active. I have caught fish here during the day, but during the middle of the day as well. So I'll get out in the trusty Dreams kayak and give it a crack. Okay, the plan for today is I'm going to use a diving lure. This one is a stump jumper, classic Australian lure. They've been around forever, really reliable and are quite snag resistant. This one's seen the wars. Actually, it's my favourite colour. Caught a ton of bass on this thing. What I'll do is this dam has, you can't see them now actually. With that, we had a lot of rain a few weeks ago, and seems to have smashed the lily pads down a bit, but generally around this whole dam there's lily pads fringing the whole dam. And what I like to do is troll right along the edge of it, like keep the lure only about a metre away from the lily pads and just troll all the straight sections. And then if I come to a point or a bay or just a point of interest, like a break in the lily pads, like a little channel or something, just cast lures into that and then just move on. That way I'm sort of covering a bit of water rather than just flicking at the bank in one smaller area. I generally like to, when I'm casting, you can see the edge here, rather than casting straight into the edge and retrieving, I like to get in close to the lily pads and actually cast parallel to them. That way I'm keeping my lure in the strike zone a lot longer. I'll paddle along, cast up, give that a crack, paddle to where I cast it to, and just keep like leapfrogging up. The fish will hang in those lily pads just underneath them and in their little ambush spots. So that's a go. If I do find some shadows, especially later on this afternoon, I'll give this guy a crack. This is a surface lure, a cicada. This is a soft-shelled cicada. I can't remember who makes this one, but there's quite a few different around. This is a surface lure, so he just comes back and will just walk across the surface, and it's quite loud too, making a lot of blooping noises and that. So that's pretty much the two tactics I'm going to use today. So yeah, see what happens. Hopefully the next clip will be me with a big fish on. So pretty here. Oh, that's a fish. Feels alright, just trolling along this edge. Oh. Hopefully he stays on. He comes straight out of the lilies, thankfully. Always feels like he's got a bit of weight, this fish. I usually like to let the drag off a bit when I get close to the boat too. Don't want to break him off. Feels like a nice fish. Ooh. Gone again. Pulling the kayak around too. Oh, he feels like a good fish, this one. I can't really, I don't want to give him too much more drag than that either. He's really going. Kayak. Oh, he's a fucking monster. This is a monster bass. This could be the 60. Oh man, this might be the 60. He is a quality fish. Quality fish. Could be the 60. He's a big bass. That is a cracker. That could be the 60. Maybe. I don't want to jinx myself, but that is a big bass. Woo! Man, he's solid. To try and get him out of there. Try not to. Oh, he's a solid fish. Solid bass. Let's get this lure out of him. That is a solid bass. Solid big bass. I'll get a measurement on him and see what he comes in at just quickly. Oh, dropped him. We'll see if this is my 60. Might be. Get the stuff out of the way here. God, not even close. I was thinking 60 centimetre bass is huge. He's 45. So it's always, you always get excited. But yeah, in anyone's book, that's a good bass. Nice bass. I'll just I'll put him back in my net in the water and I'll get a better camera angle on him. Yeah, really happy with this fish. As you can tell, the camera's falling over. Really happy with this fish. It took me a while. I was trolling for quite some time. I had a number of hits. Yeah, but just couldn't convert. So, and this guy, I was just trolling along the lily edge, and he's come up and just smashed the lure. So, yeah, he's a lovely example of a Clarrie haul bass. He's 45 centimeters. I got a bit carried away thinking it was 60, but yeah, he really pulled. And when he came out, I think he come out. I thought he was a bit bigger than he was, but still, that's a solid bass. Big bucket mouth. These guys are just eating machines. So, and they're great fun to catch. You know, if you can get out on these impoundments or into the creeks to have a crack at them, they're great fun. But yeah, I'm very happy with that fish. So I'll let him go, and yeah, leave him fight another day. Here's this fish here, just here for a nice release. A bit of water into his lungs and not his lungs, into his gills. Starting to kick. There he goes. Awesome. A bad spot to pull up and have lunch. Lovely spot. Hey. Very pretty little quiet area away from the wind. I'm in the shade here, which is lovely, and enjoying my lunch. I've got a it's a quinoa, roast pumpkin, feta, and spinach salad. Very Byron Bay. So yeah, just enjoying some lunch here and have a break and get back at it again. Yeah, it's quite steamy today out there in the sun, I tell you, but yeah, it's nice in the shade here. I'm on again. Another fish again. I was just trolling. It's close to those lily pads. And on another fish. He feels alright. He hasn't really woken up yet, I don't think, but otherwise, he's alright. Let's try and reverse up and get away from these lily pads. He's trying to go home, this fish. I'll stay out here. Another nice bass. He's just hooked on the side of the face too, so I might have to try and delicately do this and get this guy out. Another nice Clarrie haul down bass. Just get into the net. Ooh, there we go, another lively fish. Awesome. I was beginning to lose faith there a bit. I had like 3 good hits earlier on and I couldn't convert, and I got that one nice fish, and then I just landed this guy. So yeah, that's good. Try and get it. Ooh, he's not happy. These guys have pretty. Oh, he's just coughed up the lure there. Oh, settle down, buddy. Another lovely Clarrie haul down bass. Yeah, you can see, I don't know how I can do this, but down near the, he's got a lovely, some armory here. That stick there, it's a straight point there. That's great, and you can dig into you there. He also has some rakers down there and there. So you've got to be a little bit careful when you're handling these fish, and obviously the spikes on top are pretty nasty too, but just a bit of advice there. If no one's handled these fish before, you got to be a little bit careful with them. Yeah, it's another nice fish. I'd say he'd be in the 40, around the 40 centimetre mark. I'll just try and carefully lay him down and get a measurement on him. Try and get my lure unhooked from this net, which isn't going to happen. I'll do that later. Just lay him down here. I've got a little measurements marked on the boat, and he's 40. So less than 40 centimetre bass here in the Clarrie haul. I'll just do a little, just release him back into the water and get him back in the water. Usually these guys, I mean, he's pretty fresh, so yeah, there he goes. Awesome. That's 2. Well guys, that's a wrap for today. Ended up with 2 nice bass at 45 centimetre, which don't give me too much grief in the comments about thinking it was a 60. I got a little bit excited. Yeah, the 45 centimetre bass and the 40 centimetre bass. So yeah, good afternoon. I did miss probably 3 other fish, 3 other hits. So yeah, all in all, not a bad couple of hours fishing. This is kind of like the first video that I'll be posting onto YouTube under the ED Outdoors channel. So if you like this video, hit the like button and even subscribe to the channel too. And then you'll get, if you have your notifications on, you'll get more videos. I'm planning on doing a trip in the next few weeks out through probably south of Grafton for the first 2 nights, like a week-long trip, 10-day trip. First few nights just south of Grafton, fishing for bass on one of the rivers out there, the Orara River. Give that a crack, and then I'll probably head through Ebor and down into the Guy Fawkes National Park through that area. They've actually stocked that those streams out there. I'll be looking at the sticks in the Guy Fawkes River, fishing for trout, which I've never done before, which should be interesting. So so really light gear, and yeah, spend 2 or 3 days out there. Then I'll be heading further down to George's Junction on the Clarrie River in the kayak, and stay there for a few days and try and get some nice wild river bass. So yeah, like I said, like and subscribe if you like this video. Like it if